All right, we are live. Hello, everyone. My name is Professor Erks. My name is also Eric, however you guys like it. Thank you for joining us. We're going to take a few minutes while the live stream is gathering and everyone tries to join us. I want to take a quick minute and say thank you to everyone who has subscribed to our channel, who has given us the support you guys have, the lovely comments you have given us, all the feedback. Really want to say thank you guys so much. Welcome to our retirement party. Tonight we'll be talking about some of the sets that are leaving us, and we'll talk about the pieces we'll miss and the pieces and their elements we are happy to just see go. Before we begin, though, I want to go ahead and introduce the cast tonight. This may grow. Unfortunately, Pedro and George are going to be either not attending or late. We'll see how it goes. First up, we have the ever so diligent Brandon.
What's up, guys? How y'all
We
doing?
have the marvelous Mike Nito.
What's going on, guys? Back for another episode of Cere-Bros.
And I just wanted you guys to know that you could join us as well in our lovely show of Cere-Bros by simply going to our Patreon, clicking on the $3 tier level, and for $3 a month, you could be here featured with us talking about this wonderful game of Heroclix. So, let's begin with a couple things. The first thing we always do on our show is go over our last few weeks in Heroclix, what we've done, what we've played. I'm going to go ahead and give the floor to Brandon, who recently went to a WKO. Brandon, please tell us your experience.
Sure. WKO, it was a long day. We did Avengers Defenders Sealed. I ended up pulling Earth's Guardian, and I played him with a bunch of Marvel Knights. So I ended up playing Luke Cage, Elektra, and I played Wasp. What else did I play? Oh, and I played Two Hand Ninjas and the 30-point Black Panther. Part of it is just to kind of get Black Panther in position, outwit people. I was using kind of like the range to my advantage, to using that Hydra TA and just basically copying the snot out of stuff with Marvel Knights.
Nice.
It's like move them up with Avengers and then go ahead and copy Hydra. And then, at the end of my turn, I'm going to copy Mystics. I ended up going 3-1. Kind of made it. I kind of got tripped up on one of the new maps on the game I lost in the third game. We were playing that Void map, I guess, on the back of the Avengers Defenders thing on the I guess the back side of the Wakanda out jungle. And man, those blocking terrain markers, or that blocking terrain is hard to see. It does not look like blocking terrain. But yeah, I wasn't necessarily used to a last action environment like we normally play last turn at our store, so kind of I got tripped up by 35 points in that game. That was the only one I lost, so I ended up going 3-1, which wasn't a terrible day. Got a lot of good battle royales in, came home with a lot of prizes, which is what it was all about. So that was pretty cool.
Wait, what? It wasn't about fun? It was all about prizes?
I love bringing home prizes, man. Bring home a lot of LEs. I even got a LE that we're going to go ahead and dish out to the community sometime soon that I'm sending Erks' way.
Yes, I'm so excited about that.
So I got myself an extra pizza face that we're gonna figure something out. We'll figure out some kind of raffle for the people. But yeah, that was pretty much it. I spent the whole day there though, so it was kind of cool.
All right. Did you play anything else besides that?
Other than a couple of home games, no, we took a week off at the venue. I didn't play yesterday. They did a sealed yesterday at one of my main spots, but I just didn't feel like going out there. I had a lot of homework to do and stuff like that for my summer class, so I'd be kind of in my video game mode since school stopped. So trying to catch up on a lot of Andromeda and stuff like that.
Right on. That's always fun. All right. Let's go on to me while Mike is setting some stuff here for tonight's event. So, I've played a lot of Heroclix lately, guys. So, let's start with this last week, I think, here. We had the release day for Avengers Defenders War. We had the release events. We do have some venue boxes coming out for those, mostly involving Mike Nito. So you guys will enjoy those, see how he plays. He has a crazy, awesome team you guys will just love to see on camera. And after that, we did this event called it was like Mechanical Menaces. It was like 400 points, robot themed teams. Basically, you had to build all robot keywords. I played. I had a whole slew. I played the new 50-point vision, shifting focus. I played the Cyborg Spider-Man at full points. I played the Toy Master from World's Finest, the regular set one. And I played the Rocket Raccoon. I was going to play Solaris, but I forgot him at home. Luckily, my buddy was able to loan me Jocasta, who I put onto Rocket Raccoon because he has robot keyword. And him having Prob, Perplex, and Outwit, even though if the Outwit Perplex was only in 3 range, that's super great. Plus, he actually gets a +1 to his attack from Jocasta. So 11 attack, Energy Explosion with Prob. Great little figure. Not too shabby. It was fun. I unfortunately went 1 and 2. Everyone else brought the so-called robot cheese. My first round went against a new player named Chris, great guy. He played a full point Nimrod from Days of Future Past, 350 points, multi-attack, and he played a 50-point gold Ultron drone, revved it up to 5 damage, and just, yeah, he basically one-shot my vision, one-shot my rocket, and then I just couldn't kill him enough with my Cyborg Spider-Man enough to finish him off. I did forget that he doesn't have that can't be countered power all the time. So because I made that mistake, I couldn't outwit when I had the option to. But that's okay. I still had fun. My second round, I played against Alan, good buddy of ours from the shop. He had just kind of a ragtag group of robots some he hadn't played before. He had Indigo from Teen Titans. He had Nebula from Guardians of the Galaxy, the old one. He had it was Ragnarok from Civil War, the grand prize figure. And then one more figure I can't remember, but it didn't really matter because he never brought it forward to play with it. So what happened was, first couple turns I moved up. I shot Nebula through a wall because I busted it first using Magneto's great break stuff tactic. Didn't even see it coming. Busted the wall out, shot Nebula for 4 damage.
They never do.
And then she phased off, and I never saw her again the rest of the game. So I had to creep up through the building. We were on I think it was the Raft, that one Avengers map where they have just this little indoor here and the outdoor water over here. And I was going through that slowly. Time was called. I had one last turn to kill something. He had this Metal Man, Copper. That's who he played. So Copper was there, and all she is this shape change, right? Sidestep shape change. I'm like, okay, how can I deal with this? So I had 2 ID cards I forgot to mention. I had the Hawkeye ID card and the Black Panther ID card, which I used the Shuri chase and the Hawkeye chase because they were loners to us. And Shuri actually has Outwit, and when she uses Outwit, she goes -1 to their defense as well. It's pretty good. So I summoned her with Cyborg Spider-Man, because she's 105 points, because my team was way cheap. And summoned her out, forgot to outwit, used Rocket to target Copper. She hit Shape Change, so I hit Ragnarok, not that it mattered for anything. And then I went to go hit with Shuri and hit him for 3 damage, because I outwit the thing then, and then I had a 4th click. I'm like, are you serious? And I had nothing else near there to get him. So he won by 5 points because I called an ID card. So congrats to Alan on that win. I forgot my outwit. And then last night, Friday night, we had a little mini event that was kind of more like a free play. We were playing with the new rules last night. And wow, we saw some really cool interactions. Nothing too crazy. But we played a sealed with Avengers Defenders War. Me and Colin played, and I'll tell you what, that new precision strike and getting super senses and rolling a 6, Chris hit it at least 6 times. Those blasted daredevils, dude. It's so weird having precision strike not have a full-on just nerf to super senses. It's like, oh, I have precision strike. I still got to roll. Go ahead and roll. Oh, you hit a 6. All right. I'll just scoop up my dice and say, all right. But yeah, playing with those new rules is definitely much different. So yeah. Well, that concludes that. Mike, what do you got?
So I didn't get to play in either of the events this week. I was working Friday and I skipped out on the robot night because I smelled the cheese miles away. I did prep a team, but injuries happened and I didn't end up going. You guys are going to see all my battle boxes from our sealed release day event. And then what did we play the week before that, Eric?
Oh, I can't remember. It's been so long. I try to think of it, but there was a weird team build we did, right? Something.
Or we did, because we did the pre-release and then there was a week in between that.
So what
And
was
then
the
we
build
did.
between that? I could probably look it up if you want.
Nah, it's okay. But yeah, that's the sum of my Heroclix stuff. You guys can see the battle boxes I played against Eric for Deadpool and the X-Force. Those have been pretty amazing. That blind call on his crit hit. I won't spoil for when it happened, but it was pretty awesome. So it may have cost me the game, but it was totally worth it.
It was a great game, though, altogether. It really was.
It seems like I'm not playing a whole lot of clicks lately off camera. So you guys just watch our videos and you see what I did, and I just won't spoil for you.
There you go.
All right.
But I will say, just real quick, super rare Iron Man. Now that he can fly, he is amazing.
Yep.
Absolutely amazing.
Mike has been having the most uber love for that figure ever since we got the ruling on that.
I've just been jonesing to play him again. I'm like, okay, I need to put down this stupid broken figure that's completely overpowered and give other people a chance to, possibly win.
Sorry, guys, my computer's shaking a lot because I keep on touching my desk. I gotta try and stop that. The shaking is giving you guys a headache. So let's go ahead and get into the meat and potatoes of our discussion this evening. So it is a retirement party. Yay!
Yay!
In
I believe the appropriate sound for that is, oh, so tired.
So
Just
in
gonna lay back and lazy boy and relax.
in literally 12 days from today, June 1st, everything they've put in the Heroclix.com press room for the rotation and retirement for the Clicks figures we have now will go in effect. So all those beautiful sets, game elements will no longer be available in Modern Age play, but always available for your Golden Age and for fun games. So
when is Worlds then? Is it late June, mid July? When does Worlds happen?
It's the 13th and 14th, so it's rotating before Worlds. They'll have Worlds, and then the new rules take effect right after that.
Okay, cool. So new rules later this month. Fantastic.
Yeah, so it says here, Worlds will be at Origins Game Fair, June 14th to the 18th. So that's when that happens, and then the new rules will be able to be played for what we have.
So excited.
That's cool. It's like not even, it's like a month away. That's so cool.
So I'm just gonna throw this out there. WizKids, if you're watching, give us a print and play of the new PAC so we can start practicing. And then when we get our sidekick new guy night, we'll be up fresh on the rules. We can start teaching these rules to the new people.
Okay. All right, guys. You ready for the most fun and or sad, depressing moment of our lives?
Yeah.
I know this retirement isn't that bad, honestly.
I was actually shocked.
Not at all.
I saw the hits and I'm like, wow, that was really really quick on that. I mean, not quick. Shortcut, it seems. There was more like off-game elements, like the con elements and the OP figure elements that were retired more so than meat sets. So we're just gonna go through one at a time. We're gonna discuss our top 3 that we picked from each of the meat sets that we liked that we liked the most and are hate to see go, and then At the very end, we'll go through again, and each of us will pick up to 3 things that we are happy to see go and say, hey, you've earned your retirement. Good riddance. So who would like to go first?
Oh,
Do we have any
gosh.
volunteers?
I'll volunteer. I always
All right.
volunteer.
You got the floor, Mike.
All right. So what set are we starting on?
Flashes.
Flash. All right. So people that I will miss, that I enjoyed greatly, and sad to see them go. He made and my eyes were open to him because so many people played him against me. As much hate as I have for this figure, I got a hold of one, and he's just amazing. I mean, watch Mike Nito's new recruit on Midnighter, and he's just wow. It's going to be really sad to see somebody for 100 points that does all that just walking out the door. Up next, Captain Cold. Oh man, the one from the main set, the ability to drop those ice markers that aren't characters and could only be removed by, what was it, the Argus agent or the generic that nobody really paid attention to. You could just lock down a whole board. And he was a really big nuisance, but didn't have a lot of offensive power. So he was more of a technical piece. And then, I had a lot of fun with him. In theory, I don't ever think I actually fielded him. I built a lot of teams around him, but never went with him. Turtle, just because you could slow the opponent down, and people were just they don't want to take that damage, they don't want to take that risk. He was great paired with Anarchy for that board control, but he will be missed. I'm looking forward to seeing a different version of somebody who does something similar.
All right. So that's all 3 of yours from the Flash, right?
Yep.
All right, Brandon, go ahead.
Wait, so this is the sad to see go?
Yep.
This is the ones
Sad
you'll miss.
to go.
So Harley Quinn, I am super sad to see my pudding Harley Quinn go away. Who else in there? Professor Zoom. He was probably one of the first pieces I got from the set because I kind of came back in the game. I came back in the game around Uncanny X-Men, so I had left the game around Wolverine, the X-Men, or Teen Titans and stuff like that. So a lot of
Team
Flash,
Baby.
I never got a lot of it and stuff like that. But I did grab a couple of pieces through trades. I'll miss Professor Zoom was a lot of fun to play. He had a lot of great keywords and fit on a lot of great theme teams. Plus, he was just good.
Yeah.
Those are really the only. Those are the only 2 I'm sad to see go right now.
Okay, that's fair. Let's go ahead here and go back to me. So, Brandon, just so you know, I want you to know, for some reason, I can't see you on the YouTube channel. Whenever I switch to your face, it's not seeing you. So I don't know.
Is that any better? No?
I don't know. I keep on clicking your face, and it never seems to show you. It only shows me and or Mike.
It's okay, I'm all beard, so.
Like a miniature Buddha covered in hair.
So, if you guys at home can't see Brandon but can hear him, he is here. He's just speaking to you from an ominous place. All right, so mine from the Flash would have to be. I have my list here. Hold on, guys. One sec. Okay, so from 3rd to 1st, Harley Quinn, just like Brandon. Yeah, that is probably the best Harley Quinn they will probably ever print ever because a
Lies.
champion made it. But we'll see. There is a whole set dedicated to her. Title character
so
could
much
be
better.
Yeah, probably. And
put my weight in that.
After that, Mike Nito says the Midnighter, for sure. That guy is amazing. He won me so many games. This is a close combat piece. I've never seen a more effective close combat fighter in my life. So I'll definitely miss Midnighter. And then first and foremost, the Flash, KC Flash. That 17 hypersonic is just too cool. I never ever saw speed that fast on a figure. Like I heard there was the one that had 20 speed back in the day, but for me, in the last 4 years I've been playing, like 17 speed. Is this even real? Oh, and then it gets faster with speed tokens? You're kidding, right? But yeah, the 200 point, 195 price tag definitely made sense as to why. And then when he got the KC 18 ability upgrade, I was like, yes, please. Double super senses. That sounds like Flash.
Oh, yeah, and he flies at that.
And he flies. Yep. So all that terrain's like, nope, not even there.
I mean, I can go
So,
15 squares carrying somebody.
yeah, for sure. All right. So let's go move on to Trinity War. Mike, you are back to having the floor.
Oh, I'm just gonna go lead out with my number one. I'm gonna miss Trinity War Batman. If any figure should deserve protection from retirement, it's Trinity War Batman. He needs to stay and for forever and ever. And that is by far and away, in my opinion, the best Batman we've ever received. It'll be sad to see old Lex Luthor go at 200 points with the Mystique effect, because he's really great for calling in ID cards up to 200 points, even at 100 points at his lower value. But considering that ID cards are on their way out, kind of a moot point. And then I really enjoyed Hawkman. That charge when close combat afterward wasn't as much as I wanted it to. And then we got the newer, cheaper version that everybody's gone on about. And now this other one, which was a really good version of Hawkman, is gonna miss him.
All right. Brandon.
I am gonna miss the Trinity from Trinity War. So I'm talking about Trinity War Batman, Trinity War Supes, and Trinity War Wonder Woman. Those are some of the coolest Trinity pieces ever printed in this game so far.
They are pretty cool.
But yeah, those are my three I'm gonna miss right there.
3 super rares. All right. So I kind of had went a little bit with this one. I actually love Trinity War. I read the actual storyline to this. It was one of the coolest comic books I ever read as far as graphic novels go. My list is here. I kind of went a little here and there. So my third place is probably going to be I Vampire. That crazy uncommon and sealed that you'd pull and play at 170. It's like, oh yeah, charge blade, 2 damage exploit. Sure. Oh, let's punch the crap out of this guy. Oh, now I have those 3 amazing stop clicks that give you like Mystics, Flight, Grossness, can't be outwitted, that kind of stuff.
Hypersonic.
He was amazing. I hated playing against him in sealed though, because Randall always pulled him and always played him. But I learned the weakness. You hit him just enough to be 8 attack, and then he'll never hit you ever again. He's stuck there. But that's my number 3. Number 2, Trinity War Batman. Mike's number 1, of course. That Batman is the end-all, be-all Batman, in my opinion, as of right now. It's sad to see him go. I don't know if they'll ever make one nearly as good as that one, but if they do, hopefully he's 100 points or less. That's all I ask. And then, first and foremost, I was super excited when they made this figure because I've never had one before. The super rare Martian Manhunter. That figure at all 3 point levels, 3, 2, and 100, so good because traded stealth and traded shape change and phasing. And either had hypersonic and ignored character bases, and holy crap, this guy was good. I never got a chance to play him at full 300. I don't think he'd ever matter being a one-man army, but in the book, he was meant to be the deterrent against Superman. And after reading this book and seeing, wow, this guy really could go toe-to-toe Superman and beat the crap out of him. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, Avengers Assemble. Mike?
Oh, sad to see go. I'm going to start with a common. Echo. 96 points of OMG. I mean, wow. Every time I played her, I looked for excuses to put her on my team. Just suddenly, oh, I'm using your power. And, I've got combat reflexes traded, super senses, amazing up close defense, stealth, blades claws. I can pick your flurry. I can pick your outwit. I, typically get perplexed. I mean, she was a full package for a common. When I pulled her in our first sealed for that, she was a star player. Up next, I really, really hate to see him go. Ronan from I really enjoyed him. I hated the fact that he was just over 100, but that did come into being handy later for ID cards and things like that. I mean, wild card, charge, flurry, blades claws, toughness. I mean, wow. There was just so much going on there, and the sculpt looked amazing. And then you could revert him into Echo or Hawkeye or whoever else that there's a slew of names there that you can pick from. He had a lot to him, and he really did not fail me that often. And then in a distant third, losing the Super Rare Iron Man from the set. I put him in there because I played him as high point value, and he's never failed me. There's very few figures that I can field and say that they have never lost me a game, and he's one of them. And he's going out on a high note, and then now we've got the new Super Rare Iron Man from Avengers Defenders War to replace him. So, as sad as it is to see him go, we're good.
All right, Brandon, I'm not sure if they can see you. They're going to see Mike's face, so Mike, you get to smile for Brandon.
Okay, smile. My number 3, I'm going to sad to see go, is going to be Justin Seifert. A lot of people hate him, but man, he made my Krang team really nice. Or he made a lot of robots really nice.
I'm trying so hard.
Nail it, buddy. Nail it. You're doing great.
My number 2 sad to see go is going to be Master Pandemonium.
Oh, Master Pandemonium, huh?
Man, those demonic arms were sick. Like how often do you have a Pog that has the Mystics team ability on it? So I'm just going to pop out Pogs that if you damage them, you're going to take damage. So why not?
Yeah.
Plus, I had 10 speed, phasing teleport, poison, exploit. So if you don't take them out, you're going to get hurt with 11 attack. So good. And then my number 1, I'm going to be sad to see go, is Rick Jones. Rick Jones is probably one of my favorite 70 points or less characters out there in all of Heroclix. He's, I think, one of the best as far as having TK, getting perplexed on that second click, 10 range, and then just popping out endless tokens. So popping out endless captain, like you go Captain, Blazing Skull, and Namor, and just they never die. They just keep coming. But that's my 3.
All right. Let's go ahead and get to mine then. So I had a couple I was really bummed to see go. Let's see here. So my 3rd pick for what I didn't want to see, for I'm sad to see go, is Jarvis. For 40 points. Dude, that figure
Jarvis
is amazing. Best Avenger ever.
You and your ID card love, so I mean, I see that.
The fact that he gave you 3 free ID cards, and then all of your Avengers could get, basically Avengers Initiative while indoors for both hinderings. Oh, it was so good. I think he had Perplex too. Yeah, Perplex for 40 points. That was great.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, and
Oh, yeah, and the thing where he takes 1 damage ever per turn. Yeah.
He would have been really good with all these new call-ins that you can get for 30 points apiece. They're an Avenger.
Oh my gosh, he can call him Black Panther.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like, go Black Panther.
Or Wasp. He can call him Wasp now. Oh.
These really inexpensive Avengers, he could call them in, but only for the next week, and then he's going into retirement, hit age 65, and just cash in that 401k.
Oh, I know, for sure. All right, my second one is the Captain America Super Rare. The one with the shield, like, flaming over there, coming at him. That one's such a cool sculpt. And the design around him, where he gives all Avengers lower points leadership, and if they roll a 6, take a token off of him, so they keep him going. I built a team around that one week at Heroclix, and it was so freaking fun. all leadership roles all day long. So number two, and then my number three, I'm kind of cheating here. All of the ID cards in that whole set. Just I'm sad to see them go because I'm an ID card freak and I don't want them to go. And we just got a bunch of new Avengers, and I feel like I'm losing a whole chunk of my library all at once with both this set and Age of Ultron. So it hurts my heart deeply. I will miss them. I'm gonna play them golden though. No one can stop me at the shop. That's for sure. And then we're on to Age of Ultron. So this is the summer OP event, correct, guys?
Yeah.
And I'm of course allowing you guys to use the
Yep.
movie set as well. So if you guys like stuff from that Age of Ultron movie, starter and or set,
Oh, I figured.
you may pick those.
I figured we were going to be doing them both as separates, but okay.
No, I don't want to go into all those little like gravity feed sets separately because there's just a lot there. Just mostly the meat sets this time around. All right, Mike, what were your favorite Age of Ultron in that era? Favorites?
So I'm really sad to see Jocasta leave, only because we just got a slew of characters that have the armor keyword that she would just be amazing on, and I didn't have enough time to get her into the modern circuit using it. I mean, you can put it on Colossus, you can put it on 120 point Cable. I mean, there's just so many of these figures that came out that have the armor or robot keyword. You played it with Rocket from the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I was just like, she's finally viable. We finally gave us some decent options with armor and or robots, and she's walking out the door. Yeah, disappointing. Um, Super rare Black Panther. Now with blue Black Panther, the Man Without Fear for 75 points, which is amazing. But this Black Panther at 140, another figure that I can say has never let me down. And anytime he's been played against me, it's been terrible. I'm just like, I don't even want to touch him. I don't want to be anywhere near him.
Nope.
He's just gonna outwit me and then myrtleize me. And then I'm sad to see the Miss Marvel from this set go, just because I'm a big fan of Miss Marvel, and I feel this was a really good representation of her power level. You know, she had the super strength and hypersonic, but they put her in an older costume, and I know her newer costume now is more the Kree with the yellow starburst, but I like the black costume with the lightning bolt and the Robin-esque mask with the blonde hair, long blonde hair. I really like that sculpt, and I had considered repainting and or swapping this one, but I just couldn't do that to a super rare. But yeah, those are my three from Age of Ultron that I am sad to see go.
Yeah.
All right, ambient voice, Brandon, what do you got?
I'm right there with Mike on Jocasta. Jocasta's been amazing, especially like as something a little bit different than your other, your other two possessors in the Calypso and Brainiac. Just getting like that outwit and perplex is so nice, and she fits on so many great characters in Avengers Defenders, like super rare Iron Man that just got flight. And so perfect, but no, it's all ruined because Jocasta's not there. Another one I'm gonna miss a lot is Modam. I loved Modam. And
What?
Modam?
That fat potato that you could feel at any booster you picked up.
And you always cringe when you had the boosters, like, oh crap, I got a Modam.
I got a Modam.
I have another Modam.
Potato.
I liked that mind control and then penetrating psychic blast for free after. It was really nice. I'm right with Mike Nito. My favorite Black Panther is going away. 150 point Black Panther, super rare. He is so nasty in so many ways, and when I play against him, I don't want to touch him, and when I play with them, I'm just ready to demoralize people with him. And then one thing I'll miss the most is the Hank Pym box set. Hank Pym box set was so good, with those switching out the different Hank Pyms, Ant-Mans, Wasp, Giant Man, and just pop out ants like crazy. It was awesome. Good times.
It's a good set, man. All right, so all the people watching the chat, we have 9 viewers. Thank you so much for joining us. Hey, if you guys have any questions for us about retirement, pieces you guys love, you want to comment about them, please in the comment section put question in big letters, and then your question. I will try and catch them as they go by. We'll answer all your questions at the end of the podcast. So thank you guys for joining us. Hope you guys are enjoying the entertainment. So, I believe we're down to me, right? Back to mine? Okay.
Yep.
Back to you.
All right. So, yeah, mine included Age of Ultron as far as the OP set and the movie stuff. So I picked a couple. My number 3 going away is probably going to be the movie set Hawkeye. The one that had the sidestep, ignore elevated for it, and stealth. Has 3 targets, and then the precision strike, and his whole thing was where if he hit a target, he could then say take 1 unavoidable, or he gets no token. That figure is just grody. He could just keep attacking, because no one would ever say, oh, I'll just take the unavoidable. No one did that. So,
Yeah, nobody did that.
Nobody did that. Why would you just take that unavoidable? It made no sense. So he just kept attacking every turn. It was really, really good. So I'll miss him. My number 2 is probably the Black Panther Super Rare. Probably one of the best ones they ever created. He was really, really solid. And back for his time, 140 points was acceptable for a decent Black Panther. We look at him now versus the ones we've gotten, the 6, 7, too many Black Panthers we've gotten in this last set.
We've got at least 5, 6 if you count Cere.
Yeah, and or the Fast Forces, and or the Man Without Fear. But yeah, so it was great to have him. He was Mike played him to the extent that I hated it. But hey, good figure. My number 1.
That sculpt was amazing too.
Oh, I know. Like you would never think you'd see Black Panther in a dynamic, like shifting foes like that. What is this? This is like a flash translated thing. This is what Black Panther does. Yeah, it was way cool. My number 1 though, the Gravity Feed movie Hulk, the 300-point just monster.
Hulkbuster.
not the Hulkbuster.
Oh,
just the Hulk, the common Hulk that everyone had access to. 13 attack, super strength, 9 speed, charge with that 19 or whatever, invincible or impervious, I don't know what it was, and 6 damage printed. I'm like, this can't be legal. You can't play with this. So, and I played him at all levels. He's just really, really good. So, those are my 3 from Age of Ultron. Now, we're going to go ahead and take a moment. I want to go ahead and take a shout out to all of the guys in Canada. They had their Canadian Nationals today. Jason, Tom, and Mike Payne are all out there doing that. And I heard Jason actually did make the sealed qualifiers, so he's in there with his awesome X-Force team he talked about. That's super cool. Good luck to all you guys. I hope someone out there is watching us who's with them so they can hear this message and say, hey, we're rooting for you guys. You guys are awesome. Best of luck. All right. So, guys, we are down to the sultry goodbyes. Elements and figures.
Goodbyes.
We are glad to see go. Like, you were awesome, but
bye-bye.
Just go now.
Let
Bye-bye.
the door hit you on the way out.
Not at all.
I'm going to go with mine first. I'm going to rotate it a little bit.
Love to watch you leave.
Mike will be last on this one. So, first for me, I am happy to see the drones go. To me, I never thought of the drones as being a way to call in Avengers. That seemed really silly to me as from a comic standpoint. Like, why in the world would Ultron ever use his drones to call in Avengers to help? That didn't make any sense. Like, why? So, no. Those can go. Those didn't make much sense. Thank you for the Nick Fury call-ins and all the things you guys did. Appreciate you. But goodbye. Secondly, is the thing that made said drone stupid was the Quinjet. That thing was, oh my gosh! Like, I wanted the round table to be good, so they said, okay, Erks, we'll make something better than that. Here you go. Here's a freaking plane that does everything it does, but better, and you can have more ID cards to how you build your team. Okay, all right. I see what you did there. Oh, and they're real boys. They see on the wow. Okay. Goodbye, Quinjet. You will be sorely missed. With kids.
Not really.
If you guys make a freaking Ferris Airjet that does the same thing, I'm gonna slap you. because we still have those ECC cards for like 2 years, and I don't want to know more.
Hey, we won't have any real. Well, I guess we're gonna have real boy Nick Furious for a little while, at least another year. But after that, down a little bit, maybe.
Hey, we do have the Nick Fury, and there's a level 7 still for another year, so he still is call-inable, but there's no more drones. You have to use a full-on
120-point character.
Yeah, like Cable or Jakeem or whatever else.
Or the Quinjet itself.
The Quinjet's gone though. It is gone. So.
Or I'm sorry, the Ferris Airjet itself.
The Ferris Airjet. When we see it, if it's still coming out, I haven't seen anything for it. They said there was a Ferris Airjet, but I haven't seen anything in a while, so we're hoping it'll come. What's last? Oh yeah, and then from Trinity War, the Sins. Yeah, those relics and the resources. Okay. To be fair, a lot of my success in Heroclix has come from the Pandora's box. As far as competitive play has gone, it's been on most of my teams.
Yeah, at least 3 different battle boxes.
And/or events, I've come pretty high place with that thing. So I do love it.
Broken.
But honestly, giving figures between 19 and 21 defenses just because you give them power action, that's a little busted. So good riddance, goodbye. Resources can be gone. Let's just do it with figures now, because I feel there's much more strategy in that than using outside game elements. Objects are okay. Bring on those. Thor, let me see all them hammers. I want to see those. All right. Brandon, we're rotating around back to you. What do you want to see gone?
What are you happy to see go?
What are you happy?
Sorry. I mean, just like Erks, I'm happy to see the drones gone. 30-point call-ins of 120-point or less characters is just broken.
Yep.
For
sure.
On that, I'm happy to see half the ID cards go because I'm not on the same side of Erks here. I don't think the ID cards belong in the game.
Nope, those are my babies. You're hurting my soul.
Sorry.
There's another year they'll all be gone.
No. I have all of them -1. It hurts.
Like Erks, like Pandora's box is finally gone. We're finally shutting the lid on Pandora's box. I don't know how that lid ever got unleashed. I'm gonna go way back. So Jenny Sparks, I am happy to see her go.
Jenny Sparks.
Oh, gosh. I saw her in way too many casual games, and it was just didn't feel so casual. Casey Flash, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I don't need that 17 hypersonic speed in my game at all.
But it's 200 points.
Yeah, but
That's
200 points of I
element.
can't catch you even if I tried.
I mean, Jam can almost catch him.
I guess my last one I'll say is Jarvis. 40-point stealth busting monster who just throw him into a vehicle, like throw him into a freaking jetpack or throw him into the sky cycle, anything like that. Protect him. I guess if he's off the map, he doesn't stealth bust anymore. But all you gotta do is power actually get him out of there, and then can't use the hindered terrain anymore.
Yeah.
I always thought he was nasty, but plus, I mean, he brought extra ID cards and just wasn't fun to go with. He wasn't fun to go against. I'm sure he was plenty of fun to play with if you have a lot of ID cards to call in with.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of fun. All right, guys. Well, that is the summation of our retirement party, as well as far as our favorites we're going to miss and the things we are very happy to see go. So
not even going to give me a turn.
Oh, no.
Sorry.
What the heck? What about Mike?
Just
Hi, Mike.
steamroll me out of this. Yeah, okay. Fine. I'm not even here. See you guys.
No.
Well, I'm just going to go through this real quick. Everything these guys covered. Quinjet, Pandora's box, resources out the wazoo. Glad to see him go. I have to disagree with a lot of your glads to, or going to miss them. Seifert, goodbye. Big Point Hulk from Age of Ultron movie. Goodbye. Get out of here. Kingdom Come Flash. Goodbye. Flash Harley Quinn. Goodbye. Um, the three that I've got here that really weren't mentioned at all. King Thor.
Oh God.
Go. I've
I
heard
forgot
so
about
many
that
people
guy.
threaten to bring him, and I'm just like, okay, either bring him or
Please don't.
Just don't
Please
lord him over us. I'm also going to throw out Rick Jones. I'm glad to see him go. I didn't ever have to really face against him, thank goodness, but I've heard some serious shenanigans there. Fast Forces Atomica. She's made a lot of high level teams,
Oh,
and she's just dumb. She needs to go. She needs to go away and not come back. And then the Black Lantern Zoom. Again,
Yeah.
the hate on this figure is just based around the threats of people like, I've got Black Lantern Zoom. I'm going to bring him someday. Okay, you do that. And then the fact that, so many people want this figure to play it. It's like the $1 billion trophy piece that sits on the shelf and you say, I've got a Black Lantern Zoom. I'm scary. Yet you never roll him. So I usually have a lot of disdain for super rare primes overall, just because they're parading around pretending to be a chase, and they usually have a power level that is better than a chase, and it's just when they just call the super rare prime an ultra chase. But all that aside, those were the ones that it's funny to hear us. It sounds like we're deliberately attacking the meta circuit when it comes to these figures, but really what it is the power level on all the stuff that we're just glad to see go. It broke the game. It took the game in a direction that it really didn't need to go, and it's good to see these things leaving, and us getting back. We've got the new rules. We're getting a lot less resources. We do have some equipments, and if you've got a good power, it's centralized to a character. And if you take out that character, that power's gone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm liking the direction everything's going. But yeah, those are the ones that I feel, don't let the door hit you on the way out.
fair enough, Mike. Thank you, Mike. Yeah, that was awesome. So yeah, guys, you heard it, man. It's not that it's hate on the figures that were in the meta. It's the fact that they did shape the meta to a certain point where if you didn't play a variation of these things, you
You're
just
gonna win.
you didn't win. So we're hoping with the rotation we'll see a new meta, a new horizon. Jakeem is a thing. He will be around for the next foreseeable long while, but it's okay. The game is changing. They're adding new figures, a lot of figures in this year, and the new rules will definitely change the way we play this game. Outwit will become very viable. Prob is a little more controlled. It's going to be fine. Don't let all this change say, oh, I don't have my Pandora's box. How am I going to defend against Jakeem? What am I going to do? It's not that bad. It's going to be okay.
Jakeem just got weaker in a way too.
Yeah.
Without
You-
Pandora's
Because he can be
box.
outwitted.
If you guys can catch Jakeem outside of his darn Green Lantern barriers and outwit him to what you're the most scared of, he can't get it. So just options. So we're gonna move on down to question corner now. Here we only have one question I was able to catch so far. It's a really good question though, from one of our viewers, Christopher Smotherman. He asks, and if you guys have any questions before I go any further, ask them now. We'll read them off and answer them for you. But he asks, so hey guys, what figure that's about to retire did you theory craft, built around, thought it was great, but never used them, not even once? That is an excellent, excellent question. One, I don't have an answer for it quite yet. I'm going to look at some stuff real quick. Do any of you guys have something off the top of your head?
I already spoiled this. I said Turtle.
Turtle?
Drafted tons of teams around him, yeah. And I never fielded him. He never hit the field. Erks played me once in a test game when we were prepping for the ROC, one of the two, and I had a team plan for Anarchy Turtle, Dead Shots from the OP kit, and I think I had the Fast versus Jean Grey with pin particles to make bigger. and I played it, and Eric just patiently waddled his way across the board to get to me, and it came down to and he got me, or I missed him, one of the two, and he just being at that point I was like, and it was just a slow crawl waiting for him to come over to me. I mean, there was a lot of control there, but it wasn't. So unfortunately, Turtle never really made it onto any of my teams, but I did craft a lot of teams thinking about him being able to slow people down.
Okay. I know mine. Okay. So mine, ladies and gentlemen, I had this innate want to make Black Swan work. Remember that piece from Midway Assemble where she's on her last click? You get your turn?
I win.
Yeah. Yeah. So her whole thing, let me make sure I read the power right so I'm not getting something wrong. It said, unless this click is revealed through taking damage from an opposing character, immediately deals Black Swan 1 unavoidable damage. So you had to get her there by an attack. So she had to be hit there. Okay? And so at the beginning of your turn, if Black Swan is the only character on your force, KO all opposing characters. It can't be ignored. This was the most infuriating power in the world. I'm like, how am I going to make this work? She's 130 points, power cosmic. What can I do? It's like more than half of my force almost. And I thought of the White Lantern battery because that was the thing.
So you couldn't put more than one on there.
What? Yeah, unique. Yep. So I had to be her, and then I had to have the White Lantern battery to give her the stop click at the end, right? And then something else to keep, that would just die. I can't remember what I wanted to use, but it was something like, okay, so her, she can do stuff. These figures are just going to die, and she's going to end up in the last trick of my force and just kill you. But it never came to fruition. I couldn't think of anything that was just like throwaway kind of stuff. I thought about Lex Luthor from Trinity War, who could just kill off a figure and give him a little power to help it out. And then, never happened.
You can't force your opponent to target her, and if they've got 3 shots on her, she's gonna die. So, and even if you masterminded onto her, the one that gets her that click has to be an attack from opposing character. And masterminded damage is not considered an attack, so there was just no way you could do it. You basically had to trick your opponent into it.
For sure. But yeah, that's something I wanted to do. Brandon, do you have one?
Trinity War Ocean Master. I always wanted to run like an Atlantis team with him and just flood the entire map and just put everything underwater. And I just never got around to doing it.
Oh, dude, it's so much fun.
Never got around to doing it. And it's one of the few pieces I have in Trinity War, and just never got around to bringing my Namors with him and just coming after people. I always end up bringing something else.
Yeah. All right, let's see here. Looking for questions. I have another one here. Okay. So I really want to get his name right. Ascension Baron. He says, what figures are y'all looking forward to use more often after rotation and with the new rules? Is there anyone that comes to your mind that you're like, this is going to be really good with new rules? I'm going to play them a lot.
Oh, gosh.
Mike, do you have one?
Chase, Age of Apocalypse Magneto. Now that he can throw heavy objects 6 squares.
You said Magneto.
Did I say Magneto? I meant Magneto. Yes, I'm from the Age of Ultron. No, just being able to throw those objects 6 squares is going to be amazing. I'm also looking forward to a lot of the most recent OP kit with Power Girl and Flash. And, a lot of it just rotates around those new object rules and people being able to pick up light objects because they feel like it and just getting that extra bonus damage. First one that comes to mind is the Age of Apocalypse Magneto.
Nice. All right, Brandon?
I don't have one yet. Here, come back to me.
I'll come back to you. So one that I'm really excited to play is the new Fast Forces Punisher from the Marvel Knights. He's got that 6 range, 3 bolts, 12 attack with energy explosion. He can now pick 3 different targets and energy explode 2, 2, and 2 So instead of having his 3 damage that he has, doing 6 to different targets, and they explode. That
For
is
2 on
gonna
each of
be,
them.
yeah, that's gonna be super good. I can't think of another one. There was one more. I'm excited to try out my Spider-Man, my super rare Spider-Man from Superior Foes. I want to see what he does with having just knockback from his hypersonic instead of the object as well. I'm curious to see how he interacts. I do like his precision strike immunity is still there. I do like that a lot. So those are my ones I'd like to see and try out. Brandon, did you find one yet?
I'm gonna go with Purple Man. I think his mastermind gets a whole lot better once new rules come.
Yes, he does.
Like now I'll actually be able to mastermind onto shifting focus Deadpool and make out that Thunderbolts team be nice. And I'm starting to buy into the new mind control a little more and more and more. I'm actually starting to kind of like it. The fact that I can attack you and then break away and then get you out of my sight is kind of cool.
Mike, a little tidbit that we caught on Facebook. I can't remember who it was. It might have even been Chris Smotherman who put it on Facebook. He said, with that new super rare Captain America, the 50-pointer, I think it's either his damage power or his trait. Whenever a character would heal, he can roll a d6 once per turn on a 4 through 6 remove token from him. Imagine that with shifting Deadpool and or Madcap. Yeah.
Every turn, he just keeps going.
And then he also works amazing with those Marvel Knights Fast Forces because they all have a healing effect.
Yep.
So, hey, that old man Captain America, guys, get a hold of him. 50 points for the things he can do. That's solid.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. We do have okay. Hold on. Ascension Baron has 2 more questions he's posted. He has. Okay, so my buddies and I want to play a teams 2v2. How would you all set up the game? Points, rules, etc. So, do any of you guys have a nice little cook for a 2v2 fight, like a good point value? Any special rules you'd add?
Usually, I'll do like a standard just 300-point game, so each villain has a 300-point team. We'll start in the corners on like a regular side map, the teams on the same sides, and then we'll alternate as far as like usually we'll start. How do we normally go? Whoever has initiative, that team also has like the last kind of thing. So it's kind of like, one person on one team will go, and then the other 2 people on the other team will go, and then the last person on the first team goes last. That's kind of how we play ours.
So is it alternating or side by side?
We're side by side. We all start on the same side.
Okay.
As far like team one starts on one side. You have red team, blue team kind of thing.
Sure.
And then red team 1, player 1 will go, whoever won map roll. And then blue team 2 and like player 2 and 3 will go. They're both on blue team, and then the last red team person will go last.
Okay, so 1, 2, and then 3, and then 4. It alternates between teams. That makes sense. All right.
So I would recommend for that, I'd say about 500 points. Divide points amongst your 2-headed giant, as it were. So you and your buddy have 500 points between you to build what would be a unified force, and then you can operate, I would say, anywhere from 3 to 5 actions to help trying to control that wave, and then you would decide between your 2-headed giant who's going to move what figures on each turn. So you'd be operating more in a tandem. So if, for example, Eric and I were playing against 2 other people, we would have our 500-point team. We'd limit it to 3 actions, so basically a 300-point game with 500 points of figures. And then maybe one turn, it's more advantageous for 3 of my characters to use our 3 actions. And then maybe the next turn, one of my characters goes, and then 2 of Eric's, and then 3 of his, or so on and so forth. So we've got one action pool that we're teamed up, and we're sharing that same action pool, trying to build, kind of teamwork and strategy together to work together on that. That way, you can still have the feel of a one-on-one game, but you're basically a two-headed giant. Happen is just play it like a battle royale. Take one of the smaller maps. Each of you start in a corner. You're equal distance from each other, and they can help you. We did a private sealed event when Daniel picked up a case of Civil War, and yeah, I was supporting him with Wiccan as best as I could. I spent the majority of my turns like healing his characters and probbing and plexing up his stuff. I was like the support role, and he was doing all the attacking. And we went right down the middle of the board because we were Eric and Max, and because we took the middle of the board and they were separated, hard time fighting us on top of me running interference on Max. So that would be a thought there. It adds another level of, but when you have that many people on the board, you're going to want to keep your team totals down. 300 at the most. You may want to consider 200 and 2 actions per person per turn. What you see next turn when you go, okay, this guy goes, and this guy, and then this guy, and then this guy. Now it's my turn again. And those games, you really can't time limit them.
Yeah.
You have to be playing some really experienced players who can move through their turns pretty quick.
Yeah.
All right. You did great, Mike. That's what I would do for sure. All right. So he has a third question. His third one is, this is for my team next week. I want to play the new Hawkeye Chase 100%. And we only use figures from DXF and Adventures Defenders War. So what would you guys brew just off the fly with that figure? Go ahead and take a moment. Brew something up. Think of stuff. If you guys have access to any resources, use them. I'm going to do a quick little brew myself with that figure because, oh my goodness, he is great. Me, personally, I'm going to cheat and just use, him as an ID card while I have it for a second, because a 65-point figure that can shoot my entire opponent's force if he can stay within that 5 range of the figure who called them in, and then just running shot away out and blink away. Holy crap. That's good. So
you guys might have to check me on my my point build here. I'm going to say Chase Hawkeye, Chase Punisher wife, Rachel Cole Alves,
Punisher
and
wife.
if there's enough room, I'm not sure that there will be, I'd throw in Strife from Deadpool and the X-Force. That way you can TK Hawkeye out there, have some outwit backup, have him run around, do his thing, and then bring him back. And before you throw him out there, you can pick Energy Explosion from Punisher Wife and give that to him and have him go out there and have fun with it for a minute and then bring him back. I don't know if he's going to be able to retain it when he's no longer adjacent, but I mean, you can make things happen with that, and it could really, damage. It'd be nice if you were able to use equipments. Eric gave me the idea of dropping the weapon drop on good old Hawk guy and get him that pulse wave.
Ooh.
So for a turn, he just runs around. He's like running shot pulse wave, running shot pulse wave, running shot pulse wave. And then you'd have Strife say, "Oh, you're done running around. Hey, let me bring you home so that you're out of harm's way." You could also back that up with the Fast Force Jean Grey if you don't have devote as much to him. But that would be my thought. Really set up a good solid yo-yo to get him out there, let him run around and play, and bring him home, and try and give him something more that he can do more than just 1 damage per shot to have some more fun with that.
That's a good one. So, yeah. Oh, he says 400 points, but Mike, with your build, you have 290. You have 290, so you still had 10 points for whatever. That's a
the
solid
weapon
build
drop
for 290. Yeah, weapon drop. That's your weapon drop.
Oh, that, ladies and gentlemen, was right from the hip on the build.
Look at this guy running on all cylinders. Yep. So, and 400 points, dude, you could do so much more with that. You could throw on whatever you wanted to.
Well, if you've got another 100 points, throw on Super Rare Ant-Man that Hawkeye can carry him around and drop him off by somebody on his way.
Just like here's this for you.
I think I almost got something.
You almost got something, Brad? Okay.
Something, yeah. I don't know.
Just listen to the ambient voices, Brandon. I'm sorry, guys. For all you guys new viewers, keep coming in. We keep having like ups and downs of viewers. Thank you guys for joining us. We are doing Question Corner at the moment. If you guys have a great question for us, you'd like us to answer about rotation, about the new figures coming out, whatever you guys want, we are up for that. We are so excited you guys are all here watching our show. Thank you so much. We do this for you guys. It's always fun to talk about Heroclix with our buds. If you want to join in the fun with this, you are all welcome. Just a Patreon donation away, $3 a month. That's all we ask. And we will call you and you will hang out with us and talk about this amazing game. So keep that in mind, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Bran, you got some?
Yeah, I mean, with Hawkeye, I would probably build off like a martial artist team just to have some fun, bring in Dreadpool.
Okay.
Cool. Come on. Just swinging low there. Below the belt.
Maybe bring in Batrock. Zalipa. Bring in Mike's favorite, Phantom X.
Oh, Phantom X.
Which one?
Well, there's only one that's a martial artist.
Is it the?
I mean,
No,
I think
okay.
I like the Fast Forces one more than the set one, but I think the set one's really good too.
Very fair.
Maybe bring Howard the Duck with them because why not? And you got 15 points left over. I don't know. You can give Hawkeye. You can give him a reducer. You can give him flight. Give him a leg with toughness.
15. You said 15 points.
Yeah, 15 points left over.
Does he ignore hindering? Oh, he does. Okay, I was gonna say Karen Page for a second there. Not Karen Page.
Jessica Jones.
Jessica Jones. But hey, he's got that covered, so we're good.
You can bring Jessica Jones for the other characters for Dreadpool.
Yep.
Or
I almost have one here. Mike,
you can
fill in for
bring
me
a hand
little bit.
ninja.
Give me a second to browse. Let's see here.
So I can understand everybody's excitement around this Hawkeye being able to just run around, shoot people, and deal 1 damage for days. Some other ideas you might want to consider, like I said, the yo-yo to get him out there, but pack some perplexes. Help him do 4 damage a shot as his damage depletion modifier goes down, or make sure you bring up his attack as high as possible so that precision strike for 1 is sticking as he does that, and then maybe a little leadership when you bring him home so you can just do it the next turn.
Yeah.
You're looking at a double TK option, hopefully something inexpensive, and then just throw him around. Since I had another 100 points to fill on that wonderful collection, if you have Mistress Death to throw in there, she can go out and run some interference and poke some people, make every one of those Precision Strike 1s count for a Precision Strike 2, while Strife is, playing yo-yo with Hawk Guy, and then, if they kill Mistress Death, it just goes back to your starting area.
Yeah, give him a prob or give him an outwit to go with him also.
Because why not, right?
Get rid of that shape change somehow.
What's a good 80 points? 80 points, 80 points, 80 points.
I mean...
Is he an Avenger? Tell me he's an Avenger and it's done.
Of course he's an Avenger. You could do Tidal Strange. He's 80 points.
Tidal Strange for sure, man.
Okay, yeah, fine. Here we go. That's my team. Okay, so my team...
ATAs, we can use them.
I know, no ATAs. Yeah. Oh, we didn't mention those rotations, guys. Those are going away. We're going to miss rotation. ATAs.
I am going to miss Uncanny X-Force. You guys saw it in the battle box. That was amazing. I finally got to play it. Man, I'm going to miss that ATA.
I think I'm gonna miss Stark Industries ATA a lot, where I can make you can't use. No, I can. Yeah, you can't use team abilities.
Yeah.
Especially when there's Power Cosmic out there. Quintessence like, oh, you can't use that.
Because I'm Tony Stark.
Hmm.
I'm gonna miss ATAs in general.
Okay, so Ascension. So with my team, real quick, so you guys know, it was almost a theme team, but I needed prop, so I got a couple prop controls here. Let's see, mine is Hawkeye with the Iron Man from Avengers War, the new 165 pointer to fly Hawkeye around and or pick TK and or pick other powers to assist him. The Captain America
Fair.
Common, the 50 pointer. What? What?
Go ahead, keep going.
Okay. The 50-point Captain America to get that leadership, so more actions, because you have, I believe I fit 5 figures on this team, so use that +1 action. And then Dupe, 35-point Dupe, because Brandon would just love Dupe, me to play on my team all the time now. And Prob Control, and Hard to Kill, and he has Mjolnirs when he hits that 6. And then, of course, Doctor Strange, Earth Guardian, for those awesome abilities, give out his Prob Control, +1 to damage to give Hawkeye a 3 damage when adjacent to him. So that will be great. And then go to a 2, then a 1, making him running shot more and more and more and more, and do more damage. Just thoughts. I know there's a lot of super rares there, but hey, if you can get your grubby hands on them, it's worth it every time. So.
Hey, mine included 2 chases, so I think I got you beat.
Yeah, you're certainly
2 chases and 2 super rares, so.
See, I try to keep it out of that super rare. I mean, I brought Prime, but Common Prime.
Yeah,
Right.
Common Prime.
That's always like, what are you? These are newer sets. What are you working with over there?
Sorry, I was really trying to make a theme team, but I wanted more prop on my team than just Earth Strange, so I didn't even think about him until later.
Well, Iron Man can pick TK and prop control.
He could.
So.
He could. It's like if you can keep the Hawkeye within his, does he have 6 range or 7 range? I forget.
6, I think. Pretty sure.
7. Iron Man has 7.
Oh, Iron Man. I thought you were talking about Hot Guy.
No, Hawkeye has 6. No, Hawkeye has 8 range. Woo! That's great. Hawkeye, yeah.
The best part about him is he doesn't even have to move when he does that running shot. He can basically sit in one spot as a turret and say, I declare a running shot with 0 range, and I shoot that guy. And running shot with 0 range, and I shoot that guy. Running shot with 0 range, and I shoot that guy. Yeah.
It's
pretty busted.
Pretty amazing. Okay, so let's see. Any more questions, guys? We're taking questions. We do love them all. We do have one from Fuzzy. Woo! Fuzzy Wumple.
Fuzzy.
His question is, do you call them sprinkles or jimmies?
What?
I'm a sprinkles guy.
Jimmy.
I have heard jimmies, though.
What's a jimmies?
Wait, what is this
So,
for?
he's trolling you guys. The term, the sprinkles you put on ice cream, the little multicolored things, there was a brand name called Jimmy's that they made the sprinkles, and certain people who are aware of this brand name, I believe it's mainly back east, called them Jimmy's and not sprinkles. But those of us here in the West refer to them typically as sprinkles. So.
Oh. Okay. Sprinkles.
Useless information for the day. Make sure to keep that with you when you go to Jeopardy.
All right. Sprinkle. I call them sprinkles. How about you, Brandon?
I've only heard them called sprinkles.
I've what was it called? I think it was in The Simpsons, I think, where Homer threw jimmies at somebody in the eye. That's the only time I've ever heard the word jimmies before, and they were those little like Mike and I looking things. They were sprinkles. But okay, another question from Happy Little Heroclix. Another channel on the YouTube site, guys. Make sure you check them out. They have a really cool little content thing they do. Lots of seal stuff, builds. They're fun. He asks, what do you expect to see in What If and Else Worlds? So, okay, this is me speculating, and this is just me. I want to start with this one because I have this really strong feeling. I'm probably wrong. It's probably not there, but I'll be honest, I really want to be. So, for me, it was a little weird that we got so much shifting focus in Avengers Defenders War that seemed incomplete. Only having 2 shifters seemed odd from the trend of having either 4 or 7 in Deadpool's case. So I'm like, there's got to be more. Like, the Punisher has more than a knife and a bazooka. Where's his machine gun? Where's his shotgun? Whatever. There's got to be more options for him. And then Doctor Strange is kind of set in stone, but I feel like he has a very heavy Defenders version shifting focus. Like, all these three are all just mostly, hey, you're Defenders keyword. I'm your buddy. Play me with Defenders and solely Defenders, it seems like. So I want to say we'll get more of him, but to digress a little bit, two versions doesn't seem enough for me. So in What If, I am hoping for, not saying it's going to happen because they already have everything done, but I want to see more variant stitching focus. We already know we're getting a Punisher Doctor Strange. Yeah, he's basically a Sorcerer Supreme Punisher. I want him to be 50 points and go off of those other two and be another option. That's what I want, personally. I would want another Black Panther, 30 points of a What If variant that's more, maybe a little more mobile, maybe a little more deadly in a way. I don't know. It's really hard for Black Panther, but just more options, more Doctor Stranges with like different spell casts, maybe a different team he's on, something like that. That's
Eric loves a sideboard.
I do. I love having more figures on my force. I feel like if I'm gonna buy these figures, I want as many of them as I can bring from my house to the venue as humanly possible and just play with all of them. I'm feeling a lot more mileage out of them that way. So that's just me. There are players who disagree. That's what I want to see, but honestly, what I expect to see is just different versions of the superheroes we know and love as always from Marvel, and they will be special. They will have all cool sculpts and be very, very powerful with cheap point values. That's what I expect to see. Mike, what are your expects and or wants and needs from What If?
I'm seeing, at least from the advertisements and whatnot, I think the What If so and so became Doctor Strange is probably going to be the chase set, and that's just going to be the ridiculous. I've seen a lot of the other, like the Fast Forces, and it really looks more like what if this character became this character instead? Is probably going to end up being, what if Miss Marvel became Black Widow instead of Miss Marvel, or what if Black Widow became Songbird, or again, I'm not quoting actual comic book titles. If I am, it's uncanny because I've never read any What Ifs. I know a lot of people enjoy the What If storylines because it allows their imagination to go somewhere else and lets them see what it would be like if took on the role of somebody else, and it was popular. Personally, I'm not too terribly excited about this set with there only being 50 figures. I'm not hopeful for shifting focuses, and I personally think that what they did with Avengers Defenders was self-contained. I would like to see more Punisher shifting. As you mentioned, he does have more guns, but that's just going to be a throwback to the Incredible Hulk versions. But with What Ifs, we're just going to see. I think it's going to be individuals. From as far as wants, I want to see when Magneto got the Phoenix. That would be the end all be all piece for me. That I've seen the picture shot of that when Magneto became the Phoenix. It was amazing. From Elseworlds, I'm not very familiar with Elseworlds. From what I've seen, we've got Pirate Batman. To be honest, that's all I've really seen, but that seems really gimmicky to me. And it's going to be, we get this character ridiculously overpowered. I think it's going to happen in the Elseworld set.
All right. Brandon, what are your specs and or thoughts and or wants from What If and Elseworlds?
I don't know. I think it's just going to be interesting and fun. I hope they just have fun with it. I'm looking at some of the sculpts from a picture I sent you back in. When did I send you that picture? Because I sent you that picture like.
It was recent.
Oh yeah, when I was out there.
Yeah.
Like there's a Punisher. Like I'm guessing this is like what if Punisher had became Doctor Strange or got the Strange cloak and stuff like that.
Supreme Punisher with a gun, because that's cool.
Magic bullets. Mind
Oh,
bullets.
oh yeah, they curve. They curve like in Wanted.
There's a cool looking Hulk, and who is that? Whose face? There's a Hulk with like a freaking goatee kind of looking thing going on, and
What if Doctor Strange became the Hulk?
Yeah, what if Doctor Strange became the Hulk?
It'd be Iron Man because he totally rocks the goatee. What if Tony Stark
Oh yeah,
became
that's
the Hulk?
totally. It could be. What if Tony Stark became the Hulk? Um, I think it's just gonna be a lot of fun. I think a lot of people think it's just gonna be like generic. Like, what if whoever was, became Spider-Man, or what if Spider-Man joined some other team, or what if Aunt May died instead of Uncle Ben? Like, like those are comic book storylines, but this seems like it's gonna be a lot of fun. I hope to just have fun with it.
So if Tony Stark became the Hulk, I believe the phrase "Hulk hungover" would come into play.
That'd be funny. Oh, I know. Like, I've seen a picture of like a what if Joker became Batman.
Oh yeah, that'd be one.
So like you see Joker in like the Batman suit and stuff like that.
There was a lot of stuff. There was no In-Betweener coming. I was pretty excited for the In-Betweener. That's pretty cool. The Elseworld stuff. I know there was I know I saw also a Wonder Woman in like a sheriff's outfit. That could be cool. But I don't know what to expect. Like, honestly, I almost don't want to see spoilers for these sets because I want to be like really just wowed. I don't want to say this to be like bad. It kind of sucks I'm in the media to have to pay attention to these things because if I could, I just close my ears, close my eyes, and just say, "Give me the boosters." I'll see what's inside of these for myself and just have fun with it. That could be the most fun. But I know, hey, I have a YouTube channel with my buddies here, and so we gotta kind of look at the stuff and say, "Hey guys, look at this! It's so exciting." Because it really is. And like this first spoiler, we saw the Thor. That Thor for 105 points is crazy good. I never even
finally a good modern Thor.
Right? And like I have no idea who Seth is and why he was a thrall of Seth in a What If comic, but Running Shot Pulse Wave for 105 points. Sign me up.
That's good.
Yep, sounds good. And that'll be a thing. I have not read a ton of What If comics. It's really unfortunate, but honestly, they're all gonna be names I know, and so it'll just be fun, something new, different, not the generic Iron Man, not the generic Spider-Man. Even though there will be versions of them in the set, they did say that there will be both a What If version and a regular version, which fans of both new players and veteran players will be like, yes, this is great. It's kind of a 2-for-1. And the sets aren't too big. They're 50 set pieces, both of them, and they shouldn't be too hard to collect. But do expect if you do buy a case, you will probably get a lot of duplicates. So not so much rares and super rares, I bet, or chases, but the commons and uncommons for sure. You'll just like lots and lots of those. Do we have any other questions, guys? We have a lot of viewers, up to 15 for a second there. Holy cow, guys! I don't know what happened, but we're getting lots of viewers, and it's just they keep coming. Unfortunately, Pedro or George couldn't make it. George got tied up. He's a new Patreon of ours, local player of ours too, who's going to start joining us on these. And Pedro, you guys
You've
love
seen him
Pedro.
on the battle boxes.
Yeah, you guys love Pedro. He is actually stateside. He is in Orlando, Florida, with the fam, doing some stuff. So we miss
picking up a refrigerator-sized box of Heroclix, no doubt.
Defenders War somehow, So good for him. We'll hopefully see him in 2 weeks from today. Remember, guys, our show is always every other Saturday. So if you feel like you guys want to be with us, that's our scheduling. It's Saturday night, every other Saturday. So you can plan ahead and get off work and come talk Heroclix with the guys. That's what the show's all about. It's just having fun, So, but I think we will digress. I think we will wind down. The chat seems to have calmed. It's getting late. We appreciate you all for coming out and hanging out with us and joining us for the retirement party. Let us all raise a glass of water in memoration of all those people out there. Yeah, for all these clicks going away. Pour one out there for the pieces that are most well known. You will miss. But
welcome to the Golden Circuit.
Welcome to the Golden Circuit.
and and oh,
Welcome
Evan's in the chat. He's like, "LOL, glass of water." That's all we have on us right now. We are family friendly. No alcohol on this channel. But I hope Big K97, he is actually our Patreon who has wanted to be a Cere-Bro. He's doing school stuff. He'll be on here really, really soon. So we'll get to meet him and talk with him, and you guys get to meet him as well. I'm sure he's a really cool guy. Christopher Smotherman wants a meta team for next week. A
meta team for next week.
How many points?
Rock next week before retirement of the 27th. So he gets everything before retirement. 300 points, Chris? See here.
Gosh, 300 points.
I'm gonna guess it's Rock Modern.
Modern Limited.
No, they're they should be in their spring season.
Yeah, spring season's usually 300 just modern. Modern? Is it modern?
Yeah, it's just
modern
straight
age?
modern. Yeah, it should be just straight
Okay.
modern. It's either 300 or 400 modern, I'm sure.
And then Big K97 says 2 more weeks and you should be on. We're so excited for you, buddy. All right, guys, let's do this together. Let's make a team together. What should be our star? What should we do? What sounds great?
Jakeem Thunder.
Okay, let's refrain from Jakeem for the sake of his wallet. He may or may not have one.
Super rare Iron Man if he's got him. I don't know.
Okay, so go with the budget Jakeem.
I don't know if he's budget Jakeem though. He's plenty good.
Well, I mean, he's only what, $15, $20 right now. He's not very much.
20, 25.
He was like 15 there for half a second because like he didn't fly.
I would pair him with Joe Costa.
Chris, you make us think right before we're at the wind down.
I know, okay. It's like
okay, fine. Let's go ahead and we're gonna try Iron Man, guys. Let's try out this all flying Iron Man. So what have we got here for 165 points? This is most of our build. What makes him better, Mike? Let's do some Mike Nito stuff with this thing here.
Oh, cost is definitely an option as long as you've got the bubble. That's also a very viable option.
Oh yeah.
WizKid is not too bad of an idea. You're gonna want to make sure to give him some support when he does take a hit because he will, and you're gonna need to heal him back up. So you're probably looking at Night Nurse, which is our main healer at this point. Giving him a little bit of perplex and or prop control is never a bad idea either. Wicked would be a good addition for that. 90 points, little heavy-handed, but at the same time you still get the ESD and everything under the sun when it comes to your support. So we've got 165 Iron Man, 90-point Wiccan, 20 points Night Nurse, and you probably have enough to put a Pandora's box on there with a couple of sins and or a Jocasta. Probably right about range there. Really heavy tent pull. You're putting a lot of reliance on that Iron Man, but playing him at full points, being able to do run or picking hypersonic speed and picking up an object, so you can go hypersonic speed and super strength. They just slam somebody for 6, 7 while ultra heavies are still in play, and then be able to run him home and heal him up, perplex, outlet, whatever you need from Wiccan, and a little bit of support from Night Nurse. That one. I'm good.
All right. Now he has responded. He's thinking of a shield team. Can we help buff his shield team? He's saying Hawkeye Chase and the Quinjet. I'm going to assume with the resource dial, full points. Let me see what he has here with that. That could be a lot of points. 1 second, guys. So we have an idea of where we are at together. Where is that stupid Quinjet?
So I question why you're pairing the two of these together. I mean, Hawkeye's pretty gimmicky for what he does. You can lay out a lot of damage, and the Quinjet is used mainly for a call-in device. And with drones, I question what your intended use for the Quinjet would be.
Well, obviously, I mean, Hawkeye's just good. He could actually pilot the jet, giving it precision
His jet, he
strike.
doesn't get his multiple shot. I mean,
No,
yeah,
but
sure,
he does.
you're looking at blowing up the Quinjet and ejecting him and hoping to polish off whatever's left, but all that hate on the Quinjet, you're gonna get gunned down really fast.
Maybe. I mean, with the cool thing about Hawkeye is he does have both the Avengers and Shield keywords. So the Quinjet now gets those extra things where it gets sidestep, Avengers TA, Shield key. Let's see here, additional target, so 2 bolts, and can use Shield team ability. That's pretty good. He's at 210 points right there with that. So we have 90 points left to throw on the team. We do need to save room for a slew of ID cards. Oh, that's hard, man. That's
So
really tough.
you got your standard two card of me.
Yep.
This is why I say, I mean, you've got a lot of really strong through, but their synergy is just not, not there. I mean,
Losing you, Mike. You're kind
the
of cutting
standard thing
out.
is
Hold on.
if they focus fire on your Quinjet, your Quinjet goes down. You're not left with much.
Yeah. Well, I hope that kind of helps there, Chris. You kind of caught us on the spot there.
Yeah.
But looks like
Good.
Happy Little Heroclix helped you out too. He has a cool little Punisher van with TMNT2 Shredder, Anarchy Batman Con with the bomb, 40-point haha, Adam Colossal times 2 with some ID cards. That's a pretty cool little team too. I
Good
want to
board
play a
control,
Punisher van.
pass off the bomb, blow up your own people, drop ins from the atoms,
Yep.
and yeah, that's pretty solid.
Chris did
Disposable,
notice.
but
Yeah,
solid.
Chris did notice your Jocasta on Iron Man, giving him Outwit Perplex, so he can take his own action to pick different things like Stealth and Prob. So he'll have all those like extra powers to give out. So
Or you take the sidestep, and as I tried to do in the battle box, Quake and Steal Energy when you're getting surrounded and outnumbered. Because that was one thing I wish I could have done is get all three of those powers. So I could have sidestepped, Quaked, and Steal Energy on 3 different characters. Granted, I rolled a crit miss, but
yeah,
videos
things
aren't out
happen.
yet.
Yeah.
We have a comment from Slash Chavez real quick. I'm not sure if this is to us or to help Chris out. But he says, "What about this? I've been playing around with it. 110-point Claw, 80-point WizKids Doc Ock, so the 4 attack one.
Okay.
50-point Carry Fugitoid, 30-point
Okay.
Shifting Focus Black Panther, so that's
Mm-hmm.
easy, cheap outwit. Giant Man at 15, Pim Particle Tank for 8 points, and any ID card at 5. 298, Scientist Team.
Yep.
Wow.
The scientist thing. I mean, that claw is something else, but you have to be able to pick an indoor map, and having a full scientist team like that with I count at least 6 figures there. That's a pretty good guarantee on getting your map pick. If you're on indoor, I'm not 100% on the pin pocket tank and being able to throw that out there and crush your opponents, but it definitely has some potential. It's got a lot of options there, but it's going to take some practice on making sure you can run that correctly.
Yeah, I do like the Doc Ock with. I mean, he's just a good piece. I'm so glad we're keeping him around for a little longer. The Fugitoid, that's an interesting pick for a carry, but hey, 50-point carry is never bad. And he
Well, he
has that
carries in
win.
the dock and lets him do those double
Yeah.
flurries. So
And the Black Panther can just get up there and outwit too. So you have a double outwit. Claw who could pick, a pulse wave, hit you first, then Doc Ock can finish you off. That's a pretty good little maneuver too, if you get to far enough sidestep. And then the Pim take, if they have a cluster of like defend or something like that, because both JSA and defenders are getting really good together, you can throw a tank at them, do 2 penetrating damage to whoever you hit, and since you have Hank Pym on the team, it's a theme team regardless, but it splits up their whole force. You can now pick and choose the one you want to kill with Claw, and then Doc Ock. which is kind of nice, without having too much retaliation hopefully come back at you. Because
The other advantage explodes the claw, then drop the tank on him.
yeah, either way, it's it's so good. And then like the tank, the giant 6x4 tank drops in the middle of their cluster, spreading them with at least what two spaces apart for everyone. You get just what you want depending on how you position it. That's a great team, man. Slash, thank you for joining the chat. Thank you for asking a question like that. That's a really cool team. Scientist team, I applaud you. I'm a big Spider-Man fan. He's a scientist, so you're kind of making me brainstorm too. All right, so that's it, guys. It is late in the evening. I appreciate you guys. Really, this show is so much fun every single time I can have it. Mike, Brandon, thank you guys for being on. This show would be really boring if it was just me making faces and doing weird voices and being awkward with my fans.
So 1 week we have to just completely abandon him and leave him on Cere-Bros all to his own, so we can see what that looks like.
Oh, speaking of irks, just so you guys all know, watching, we are literally at, oh my goodness, I forget. 240 subs away
from you shaving your head.
This guy not having hair anymore for a little while. I will officially be Professor Erks, Eric, the bald man in real life. And my family is so excited to see me bald because they've been watching our channel and saying, "So, son, that head's gonna be like a soon, right?"
Your whole family is turning against you.
Oh yeah, they're excited. And everyone at work's like, "You won't do it. You won't." Oh yeah, Mike's gonna do it. It's gonna be gone. I have no choice. I have promised the viewers. I have promised everyone who watches. The community is great.
Mike's gonna hold you to it.
Yeah, dude, we're on camera. He's gonna have me in front of the thing, just on a chair, and buzz it all off. Yeah, he's stoked. Look at that face. Look at him. Let me.
Oh,
go back.
yeah.
Go back. Hold on. See him? There he is. See him? He's so excited.
Especially once new rules hits, it's gonna be a freaking big jump and hopefully big jump in Heroclix players in general.
And that's what I'm worried about. That whole 1,000 subs for a year, I didn't realize the new rules coming out so soon at that point, and so now I'm in trouble.
You just tell all the new people, it's like, hey, go check out Alpha Strike and make them subscribe.
They make pretty decent content, so yeah, check them out. It's not bad. It's okay. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us. This has been Erks' Cere-Bros. Appreciate you all. Please, please, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you're watching this in the archive, thank you for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. And remember,
strike first.
And strike hard.
Good night, guys. Have a good one.